Are you stressed out? Are you feeling overwhelmed? Are you anxious and tight on the inside? I've got good news for you today. Jesus can give you rest in place of your stress. Jesus told his disciples, "Come unto me when you're stressed out, when you're weary, when you're heavy laden, and I will give you rest for your souls. Yoke up with me. Get under my yoke." What's he saying? He's saying, learn my teachings. He's saying, follow my lifestyle. So we've been talking about stress, and we've been seeing how Jesus defeated, crushed, and conquered stress. When we do what he did, it works for us as well. He says, and then I will give you rest for your souls. Well, do you want rest for your soul? Well, Jesus gave us some principles that help us find that rest. Let's look at 5 of them today. Social interaction. You know, Jesus, it says in Mark chapter 3, called 12 that they might be with him. He decided when he was going to do ministry, he wasn't going to do it all by himself. Sure, there was the multiplication factor where he was training them to do more ministry, which you need to be doing. But there was also the social interaction factor. He didn't want to go through ministry all by himself. He wanted some other people. He wanted a team moving forward with him. He wanted to deal with the pressure and the problems with the company of others, close companions. Do you have some friends? Are you on a team? Are you working together? Or are you trying to do it all by yourself? Social interaction. Second is delegation. Don't try to do it all. When you try to do it all, you're going to get overwhelmed. Jesus didn't. He trained 12 in Mark chapter 3 that they might be with him, and then it says, and that he might send them out. I've learned that if other people can do it, I delegate it to them. You train them, you prepare them, and you turn it over, and then I can do something else. Only do what you have to do. Don't get caught doing it all yourself. Delegate when you have the ability to do that. Principle of ministry. When it's all about you, it's easy to get depressed. It's easy to get stressed. But when you make it about others, when it's about serving somebody else, making a difference in their life, somehow that picks you up. That blesses you. God pours grace into you when it's going out of you to others. Minister to others. Jesus didn't come to be served, it says in Mark 10, but to serve and to give his life a ransom for others. Ministry. Recalibration. You need times when you worship, when you reflect, when you recalibrate, when you redirect, when you refocus, when you renew. It says in Luke chapter 4 that Jesus went into the synagogue on the Sabbath, as was his custom. It was a weekly part of his life to be a part of synagogue life because it allowed him to recalibrate his life in worship. Isn't it amazing when you just stop and you sing to the Lord and you study his word, that it just gives you a better perspective on everything going on around you? It puts things into perspective for you. We all need to recalibrate our lives. And then submission. We see Jesus even at the most stressful time of his life. He's in the Garden of Gethsemane. He's overwhelmed with the thought of having to bear the sins of all of us on the cross. And he says, Father, if you can take this cup from me, oh, please do it. But nevertheless, not my will, but your will be done. You know, there's a rest and a peace when you truly surrender it to God. There are things out of your control today. There are things that are overwhelming to you today. I want you to know that God's hands are big. God's shoulders are broad. God can handle it. Put it in God's hand. Right now, take whatever it is that's overwhelming you, that's frustrating you, that is stressing you. Take that thing or those things and give it to God and say, God, I trust you. I want your will to be done. I'm believing you are working. God, I give it to you.